Okay, so this might be the final one. I'm designing this series for a grade 9 class, and it's starting to come to the end, and we're getting a little into the weeds here. So this game is probably as simple as you can get. We have the character. Now he has straight legs, and when he jumps, he avoids the ball. And when the ball hits him, it hits him. So let's take a look at the code and see where we've come from. Now we have the first three lines are going to be the same. And then we've got a series of variables, and they're all integers. We have a variable for ball speed, a column. Now we don't declare what it is initially. We just basically allocate a space in memory for that. And then we have an alien column, and we have, I guess, that declared. And then the ball row, and you could change this to 0 and the ball would be on the top, but then you would have to duck, I guess. And then the alien row and the button state. Now, we made an alien before, but we didn't make a ball, so maybe I should just sort of take a look at this for a second. So if we were to put this in a fashion, so these are blank, but you can sort of see where the ball shape is, and if I hit play again, you can sort of see that as the ball comes across, it has a hole in the center, and if you wanted to get rid of that hole in the center, you could just replace that with a 1. And in a previous lesson, we've taken a look at building characters. And so you can see that now that ball has got no hole in the middle of it. And so the reason that we're doing it in this fashion is that it takes up less room in our code. And I'm trying to show as much on the screen as possible. And that's so that you don't get confused. Because it's already confusing enough. So you can drag your screen this way, and there's ability to see it all. So these are our objects. You can choose to put 8 here or not. In previous examples, we just had that left blank. Any number other than blank or 8 is going to give you an error. The setup is essentially the LCD screen is 16 by 2. We're giving the ball, the character, 0, and the alien is 3. But that's essentially just attaching the number to the name. In the loop, it's a little bit confusing, but we're setting the column as initially 15, so that's going to be on the right side. And anytime it's greater than or equal to 0, it's going to increment down. So these two dashes are going to take 1 away. So the first time it goes through, it's going to change it to 14. It's going to start off by clearing the screen. So that's always a debate. How many times do we have to clear the screen? So I think that this is the only time we clear the screen. But I could be wrong. And then the initial thing is setting the ball column, which is up here, and the ball row. And we declared the ball row already as 1. So it's always going to go on the bottom. We could change that when you want, if you wanted to make this game more complicated, you could kind of play with that. So then it's going to write from memory that initial byte 0, which we've declared as the ball. And then it's going to go to a function or a subroutine, depending on how you want to think of it. And that's going to be alien move. So alien move is going to essentially be this whole function here. And for some reason, so in that subroutine, we're going to see if it's in a jump state or not a jump state. So this line here, 26, is calling for alien move, but within alien move, it's asking to see what is the situation with the button press. If there's no button press, it's going to be a 1 because we've tied the button to high. And if the button is pressed, it's going to go to low, and that's going to put it up on the top screen. So that's a very short line just to determine where the location of the alien is going to be. Okay? And then there's, within alien jump, it's calling the third one. Now, if you wanted to leave this out, you could leave this out initially. So if you didn't call the subroutine, so let's say that you commented it out, then it wouldn't take this part down here. Okay, but eventually we're going to have to deal with the crash situation. But let's go back. So in the loop, it sets the ball location. Within that loop, it looks for the alien. And then within the alien move, it's looking to see whether it's in the up column or up row or down row. And that's through this one. And then with here, it's got to check to see if they occupy the same square or not. So I guess we're forced to look at that part. So if the alien row and the ball row are equal, and if the alien column and the ball column are equal, then we're going to clear the screen. We're going to set the location as 0, 0, so that'll be the top left. We're going to print the word hit, and then we're going to pause for 2 seconds. And after that, then it's going to start the whole game over again. So let's take a look at it. So here we go. I'm jumping, and I get hit. Okay, so that, now if we wanted to have the location of the words in the middle, we could change one of these numbers. And I'm going to gamble. I'm going to say this is 8. And then I'm going to hit play again. And I'm just going to let it run into me because I want to see. So I was correct that that first number is actually the number of rows and not the number of columns. Oh no, it was the column one, not the rows. And if you wanted to change it to the lower one, you could change this to 1. And then you could run it again. And so I'm going to let it hit again, and this time it's going to show up here. So that's just a little bit about this game. If you can get this to run, that's awesome. If you want to change your ball so it's maybe more, I don't know, elaborate than just a 3x3 square, you can. If you want to choose a different character, you can. There's a lot of things that you could change within this program to make it sort of creative in yours. We could add another button for different aspects of it. And we could have some random nature. In previous lessons, we took a look at random. So you could have the ball choosing the row that it's in randomly, and that would cause certainly a lot more difficulty. Anyways, that's it. Have fun doing this, and good luck with your coding. And if you can't get it to work, typically it's going to be the number of curly braces or a semicolon. You can put it into ChatGPT and see if Chat can figure out if there's any problems in the code. Sometimes it doesn't like what I've done up here, but you can just ignore that part because it seems to work. Anyways, good luck, have fun.